And she was like, "You have MS." I said, "Huh?" I went from thinking nothing can happen to me to
Mm-hmm.
thinking, oh snap, there's a possibility that you can become disabled within like a matter of moments. It was that bad. I was declining very, very, very fast.
Welcome to Plant Based with Nicole, with your host, Nicole Lachey.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Plant Based with Nicole. I'm your host, Nicole Roche, also known as Plant Based Nicole Roche on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all make sure you follow me. It will be down in the description below. I will be interviewing Tiffany Moore today. I met her in the Fruit Up with Bobby Smith group on Facebook, and she has a story to tell, y'all. I mean, I don't even want to spill the nuggets right now. I'll let her tell you. She healed something major. Let's just put it that way. And she also lost a lot of weight. So we are going to talk to her about her journey and find out, if some of you are struggling with some of the things she struggled with, maybe she can help you. I'm going to read her bio. Back when I was 26, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure and placed on meds. I then started my weight loss journey. I was eating the SAD diet, which, if you don't know what that means, that's a standard American diet. Basically when you're eating regular meat, eggs, dairy, fish, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so she was still eating the SAD diet, but she was able to get off the meds. Fast forward to 2019, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and by the end of the year, I had converted to the WFPB, which stands for Whole Food Plant-Based Lifestyle. The majority of what I ate was fruits daily. I juice and have smoothies as well. I do still eat cooked foods. Living this lifestyle works best for me, and I have been able to reverse the MS symptoms I was experiencing. Did y'all hear that? We're talking about multiple sclerosis. She reversed it with a whole food, plant-based diet, eating high fruit. Somebody say God is a healer through the food. Glory to God for your healing. Y'all, so we're going to talk to her because that's a scary disease to have, and she healed it with food. So without further ado, let's bring on Tiffany Moore. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for coming on my platform today. I'm really happy to connect with you one-on-one because we've seen each other throughout the group. Fruit, what's his name? Fruit Up with
Fruit
Bobby
up.
Smith. Girl, I can't even think right now. I'm so tired. Yeah, we've seen each other on there. And then I think one time we all were on a video call together, but I didn't really
Mhm.
get to like dialogue with you too directly. So it's nice to connect with you one-on-one.
Likewise, thanks for inviting me.
Of course. I need you to tell your story on my platform, girl. You got a testimony. Ha!
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't let me get to churching up in here. So before I start, I like to do a little, it's not a game. It's just like, I like to test how fast you can answer my questions. They're just
Mhm.
like, just little simple questions. Okay. So ready?
Yes.
If you could eat only one raw vegan meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Tomatoes.
Really? Okay. Sorry. I'm messing up the game. What's your favorite go-to snack?
Favorite go-to snack is dates. I would say dates.
Are you plant-based for health or vegan for the animals?
Plant-based for health.
Prefer fruit, greens, or beans?
Fruits.
Who's your biggest inspiration?
Yaki awakened.
Oh, wow. I still, I need to follow him. I don't follow him. I'm probably the only person. Thank you for
That
answering
does
the
it.
question. Thank you for answering all my questions.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I'm like the only person that doesn't follow him. I guess I should get up on it, huh? Because everybody else is. He must
No,
be sleeping.
no. That doesn't mean anything. Just because everybody else is up on that, yeah, it's a story of how I got up on him.
Mm.
But I don't. Maybe everybody got a story. But if you ain't got no reason to, girl, no,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Not everybody got to follow everybody just because everybody following them,
that's
you know,
true. That's
right?
true. Yep.
Okay, so let's just jump in. So I know you went plant-based in 2009. You started off with a whole food plant-based diet. What were you eating then, and like what helped you shed weight?
So back in 2019, I was. Basically eating fruits and vegetables. I had stopped consuming nuts, seeds, all of that. Only because I was going through a medical illness.
Which we are
So
definitely going to get into soon.
hmm
Yeah.
so I was strictly fruits and vegetables in 2019.
Oh,
hmm
okay. And did you have cooked foods as well? Cooked vegetables or just raw?
Yes. Nope. So the majority of it was raw,
Hmm.
but I did have some type of cooked vegetables and things like that. But I wasn't doing like any rice, no potatoes, no anything like that.
Okay.
hmm
So how much weight did you lose?
I have lost about 50, 55 pounds ish. Yep.
Wow.
I was 180 pounds and I'm only 5'1".
Oh my goodness, you're 5'1"?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
so if that's just like, because I'm taller than you, 5'5", but 180 would look big on me. So I know it looked big on you.
Oh yeah, and I've been the size that I am now. I was
Hmm.
this size the whole time while growing up. So I thought I could never gain weight, to be honest. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be small forever. And then as I got older,
Mm.
I started to gain weight, and I was like,
Was
whoa.
it, yeah, was it pregnancy that
No,
brought it on?
I can't even say that because my firstborn, who's about to be 20 in a couple of days, she was
What?
only, yes, ma'am, she was only 3 pounds 5 ounces. My
Mm.
second born was only 1 pound 6 ounces. So it
Okay,
definitely
so
did not come from child.
you can't even use the baby card. You can't even
I
you can't even
can't.
blame it on the baby card, huh?
But to be honest, I know exactly where it came from. I had started smoking a lot of weed.
Mm.
Um, and it was
Munchies.
giving me the munchies. And I discovered Tim Hortons and iced cappuccinos and cheesecakes for breakfast and hot Cheetos and hot fries and honey buns. And I was working night shift. So I would literally
Okay.
get off work and come home in the morning, head to the bakery, go get my goodies, go get my snacks, smoke, eat,
Hmm.
and go to
Smoke,
sleep and repeat.
smoke, smoke one more time and then eat one more time. Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a matter of just overeating calories over the years and they just kept creeping up.
Yep.
Okay, so, but you weren't always overweight.
No, ma'am. Nope.
Okay, interesting. So, well, I'm glad you got it off and you lost all of it by when? Like when did you have all 50 pounds off?
I want to say at least by 2020, I would want to say, because I actually started my weight loss journey. That was
Mhm.
back in who I was 26. So, yeah, I actually started a weight loss journey
Okay, before you
before
even went.
2019.
Okay.
Exactly. But before I started the weight loss journey, or during my weight loss journey, I should say, I was still eating everything normal. I was eating the standard American diet.
Mhm.
So the chicken, the fry, all of that.
Mhm.
Um, and what prompted me to even go on a weight loss journey was because I was diagnosed with high blood pressure at
Right.
26 and placed on meds. Yep.
Okay. And that's what I was about to talk to you about next. Take
Mhm.
us back to when you were first diagnosed with high blood pressure. How did that experience shape your health journey?
To be honest, I knew absolutely nothing about health. When you say the word health,
Mhm.
um, to me that can go a long ways. I didn't know anything about health at all. All I knew was what prescription pills could do, would do because of family history. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I was always
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be on ABC drugs. I don't want to do that. I don't want that to be me. And to be honest, all I knew was, well, let me just see if I start to lose some weight. I wasn't following anyone. I wasn't really hip into social media,
Mhm.
any of that. So it was kind of just like, how about we just start off with a gallon of water? Let me challenge myself to start drinking a gallon of water.
Yeah.
Um, and I started to see results slowly and slowly and slowly. And then I started doing portion control and started exercising. And I never stopped after that.
That's good.
hmm
So after making those changes, the high blood pressure got better.
Yeah, I was actually able to get off of the high blood pressure meds. Yep.
That's awesome. So the next question is probably already answered. The changes that you made to get off the medication while eating the SAD diet was changing your diet.
Yes.
You just changed your diet simply and started just exercising and taking better care of your health. And that's what helped you get off the high blood pressure medication. Period, point
Yes.
blank.
Yep.
Easy peasy,
Period.
easy peasy, easy peasy.
Yep.
Have you had any issues with your high blood pressure since then?
No, ma'am. Nope.
That's good. Diet is everything, y'all.
Yep.
Y'all hear that? Diet is everything. Okay. Now let's jump into you. How did your diagnosis of MS in 2019 impact your mindset and approach to health?
Woo. Okay. So fast forward to 2019. Once I was diagnosed with that, my whole mindset changed completely, 100%. I went from thinking nothing can happen to me to
Mhm.
thinking, oh snap, there's a possibility that you can become disabled within like a matter of moments. It was that
Mhm.
bad. I was
Mhm.
declining very, very, very fast. One time I had a stroke scare. This was before I was diagnosed. Yeah, I
Mm.
rushed myself to the ER. I woke up one day, I could barely speak.
Mm.
I could barely walk. Now, mind you, my father has had two strokes. So, by me not really understanding
Mhm.
health for real,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it's running in the family. You know what I mean? So, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, whoa, this is happening to me. And so I rushed myself to the ER. They did do an emergency CAT scan. No bleeding was on the bleeding was on the brain or anything like that. And they were like, we really need you to go see a neurologist.
Mm.
So I finally made the appointment to go see a neurologist, and the MS specialist was reading my results and everything. And she was like, you have MS. I said, huh?
Oh my God.
And I burst out and just started crying and crying because I believed her. Because I'm
Wow.
like, my body does not, something is not right.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was shooting pains and electric pains going through my legs, will transfer from my left leg to my right leg, up my spine. I couldn't scratch my head without like feeling this pain going down my back. I
Oh
could
wow.
barely stretch. I was very, very terrified. And then that's what prompted me in to start to look into what exactly is MS? Because they don't really let you know what it is for real. They just tell you, oh, we don't really know. It's just your body attacking itself.
What does can you break it down for everybody what the definition of MS is like according to Google, or just what's the definition of MS for those who don't even know what multiple sclerosis is,
Yeah,
if you're
so
able to?
how I like to put it is basically nerve damage.
Mm. Wow.
And um it's usually starting in the spine. So I had active lesions in the spine. I had
Mm.
active lesions on my brain. So the lesions, if you guys don't know what lesions are, is basically like I don't even know.
Spots, like spots.
Spots. Yeah, it's like white spots or whatever that basically is missing in your from the inside of your body because your nerve that the acids has ate through
Oh my
that.
goodness.
Yeah, so it's
Wow.
very painful. It's very painful, and I understand why people really do become non-mobile with this type of disease. You're in pain all the time. So the first thing you want to do is what? Not move, not be bothered,
Mm-hmm.
not really do anything because you're nervous that it's going to trigger more stuff or you're trying to avoid or whatever. And Once I started to really dig into it and really break it down and really try to understand what it truly is, I fought against it. So when I would be in pain,
Mm.
I would do planks.
Oh,
I would
wow.
put ankle weights on and walk around the house
Hmm.
and walk around outside if it was warm enough. If my hands would try to do like stay in a, like a thing like this or whatever, a position like this,
Hmm.
I would maybe lay on the floor and stretch my whole body out and put my hands up underneath my body so that my hands are laying flat like this so that they
Mm.
won't stay like that, because it's like if your hands is like this and that way you can't feel the pain, you're going to want to
Yeah.
keep them like this.
Yeah.
I started
Wow.
learning that stretching is very, 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 very important. I started learning that movement itself is important. We often think that we need a gym, we need weights, we need all this special equipment and this and that, when walking is free, baby. It's
Hmm.
free. Walking is free. Simply just sitting there and you're rolling your arms. That's free.
Hmm.
Rolling backward. Just do something. And I am a firm believer. And if you do not move it, you will lose it. MS
Yeah.
has made me think that. So now I have to have movement every single day. Even
Hmm.
though, yes, I am better, I'm feeling better, I'm not on any medications, all of that, I
You want to
still
keep
make
it.
sure to do
You
my
want to keep it
preventative care.
going. You want
Yes,
to keep it
ma'am.
going like that. You want to keep
Yep.
it from coming back and, the symptoms. Wow. Okay. 2019, you were actually diagnosed, but we all know that when you're diagnosed, it didn't just happen that day. So you were experiencing things for how long before you ever even got diagnosed?
About 2.5 years.
2.5 years. It just started coming up on you just out of nowhere.
I
And the symptom, oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I went to Jamaica, and once the flight landed, I
Hmm.
started to feel certain things. I was
What
like,
did you feel? What did you feel?
numbness in my right leg. This is
Oh.
after I got off the flight. So I'm thinking, due to the long flight, it's very hot here. My first time being in a different country. Maybe my body is just, but yeah, according to the MS specialist, they're saying that I may have had this disease for about a good 10 years before.
What?
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh my goodness. So
Yep.
you had numbness, you would experience numbness, and what else? You said shooting pains in your legs and
Oh,
pain
yeah.
just period
Oh,
throughout your
yeah.
body.
Yep.
And that's
I,
what
I
you were
could barely
experiencing
talk. My vision was messed up. It was bad. It was
for
bad.
2.5 years. You were
For
dealing
two
with
and a
it,
half years. Yes.
just
I ignored it.
not knowing what's going on in your body,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to get through it. And then you finally was like, okay, oh, so you said you had a stroke scare,
A
and that's
stroke
what made you
scare.
go. That's what
Yep.
made you finally go. And when you said stroke scare, is it because your arm got numb? And what happened at the stroke scare? Like, what made you think you were having a stroke?
Because when I woke up, I had to like took a nap or something like that, or it might have been overnight. I'm not sure. But once I got up, my speech was completely slurred. Like when I tell you, it
Oh,
was my hand, I couldn't write.
oh
It,
my
it was like
God.
chicken scratch, like how my dad's handwriting looks, how his talk sounds. I was like,
Mm,
okay, yeah, I have to go to the ER. Mm-hmm.
yeah, that must have been scary.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, you give me chills. That's scary. I can't even imagine what you were feeling at that moment. You about to make me cry because I could just understand, like you're thinking you're having a stroke. You know what I mean? And that's a scary thing. You were only how old?
I was 2019, so I'm 37, 36. I was about 34, 30, yeah,
Hmm.
about 34.
Yeah, that's too young. Girl, you got me over here. Hold on, get it together, Nicole. Okay. She's healed now. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm an emotional person. Uh, so what? Oh, never mind. I don't even need to ask you this. I was gonna say, what's the turning point that led you to transition to the lifestyle? Well, the the MS, the symptoms, the scare, all that. So you don't need to answer that. We already know what made you. Uh, So, okay, how long after eating that way did you start to see the improvement with the MS symptoms? I don't know if you answered that already. Sorry, my
Mm-mm.
menopause be menopausing in my brain, and I be forgetting.
It's good. You all good. I want to say about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Wait, I can't see the top of your head no more. I don't know. Can you see your whole face in your view?
Mm-hmm. I can see
Okay,
everything.
I'm
Can you see
scared
me
that
now?
it's going. Yeah, it's just right above your eyebrows. As long as I can see your eyes, because I don't know if that's how it's going to come out in the thing, or I'm just scared.
Uh-oh.
I, I just want to make sure I can see at least your eyes. Okay. So I'm sorry. How long did you say after the
About
eating
a week,
this way?
about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
You saw symptoms go away that fast?
Yes.
Wow. A
Yes.
week and a half?
Yes. Because
Wow.
that's how bad my symptoms were. So
Wow.
once I changed over to completely fruits and raw eating, because during that time I was strict because I was like, I'm
Uh-huh.
going full throttle. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like
Yeah.
I was on medication for 6 months. Within those 6 months, within the third month, they gave me another MRI just to see how my body was reacting to the medications. I had
Hmm.
another relapse, which caused lesions on my neck. I said, okay,
Oh,
well, the medication isn't working.
okay. Mm, mm,
So
mm.
now I need to dig deeper, and that's when I came across Yaki.
Okay. Mm. Did he
Yep.
have MS at one point, or he
No,
just
not that I know of. I think he had
okay?
like he had other stuff, but not MS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you came upon his channel or his content. Okay,
Hmm.
gotcha. So that's why you started following him. Yeah,
Right.
and that was way back then he's been out. I just started hearing about him the last like 6 months. So he's been out for a while.
That I know of, like it's to the point where he impacted my life so much. He taught me exactly what disease truly is and how
Hmm.
to heal from it. I had to meet him. Like we
Yeah.
I done met him before, been to his yeah, he's remarkable. And I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
hold you up. Yeah.
He's dynamite. I kind of know about him from, or not indirectly, but from Bobby Smith posting them, and they did some stuff together, and
Hmm.
yeah. So maybe I need to check him out because he sounds like he all that and a bag of chips, a bag of fruit, a bag of fruit. Excuse me.
Yeah, he's
um.
definitely dope though, for sure.
So, do you experience any of those symptoms anymore, or are they all pretty much gone?
They are all pretty much gone. What I am working on currently is my left leg. The nerve damage in that left leg, baby, is
Mm.
still trying to heal. Still
Mm-hmm.
healing, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I might feel my leg feeling a little heavy. They call it like drop foot or something like that, where it kind
Mm-hmm.
of starts to feel heavy or whatever. Um, it can be healed if I go on an all berry diet. So if I
Really?
just do all berries because berries supposedly repairs nerves.
Oh, okay.
So if I
All
just did
berries.
strictly all berries,
Whew. Could you
I
do it?
know. I know. No, I'm not going to say no. Let me take that back. I'm not ready to do it just yet
Yeah. That's
because I'm
commitment.
like, yeah, I'm like, it's just so much. And I'm not making excuses. I kind of am, but I just don't want to do it right now. I'm not ready
Yeah.
to just do, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
doing well now. I'm happy. I want to enjoy some
Yeah.
happiness for a
Yeah.
moment.
And you're doing good. And it's different from eating all fruit, but just eating all berries. It's like berries aren't even heavy. So they're so light, they're not feeling like that. So you got to eat it with something, Well, at least
Yep.
that's my experience. But yeah, you'll do it when you're ready. But
Yes.
wow, like that really would cure it, huh?
That's what they say. I haven't done it, but
Wow, that's interesting.
hmm
Um, so what is your diet looking like now? What
I
do you
am
eat
plant
like a
based.
typical day? Like what
Okay.
do you eat like for give me a sample day like morning until night how you eat.
Okay. So for instance, today, I started off my morning with herbs. So I did like a herbal tea or whatever. And then around 12:30 ish or so PM, I then made a smoothie. So the smoothie just had like frozen bananas. It had some dragon fruit, some passion fruit, and some mango in it, coconut
Mhm.
milk. So I did that. And then after that, I had a couple oranges. So for the most part, I try my hardest to eat fruit at least until about 5 p.m. ish or so.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? On
Yeah.
days where I'm actually trying to like really, really, really be in that mindset of, okay, I need to cleanse, I need to detox, or whatever the case may be, I'll drink
Mhm.
all liquids, juices, green
Oh.
juices, whatever type of liquids I'm feeling like doing. I'll do
Mhm.
all of that up until 12 o'clock ish. And then I'll break my fast with the fruits. Other than
Okay.
that, it's kind of like whenever I'm kind of feeling hungry, that's when I go ahead
Mhm.
and I make a smoothie or I have fruit or juices or both, whatever. And then I want to say for like dinner or something like that. Today I did like a chicken Caesar salad wrap.
Oh, you're
It's-
on EST time, huh? I'm like dinner. It's only 4:48. Well, actually,
No,
it's
it's
almost nine.
yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
about 7:48 your time, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, it's actually, but it's about to be my dinner time too. I eat around 5:30. But go ahead. Sorry.
Same. No, you're fine. So yeah, so that's what I had for dinner tonight. And that was around like 5:30, 6 o'clock ish or
Mhm.
so. And
Mhm.
then let's just say if I do still want a snack or something like that, or some potato chips, I still will have me some potato chips. I will
Mhm.
still have me, if I want a vegan chocolate candy bar, I will find me a vegan chocolate candy bar and still have it. I
Yeah.
still enjoy things that
Mhm.
I used to enjoy,
Yeah.
if that kind of makes sense.
Me too, because I,
Hmm.
I always tell people I focus on like whole foods, majority of my diet. I don't really know the percentages, but I say 80%. And then like
Hmm.
20% is I eat junk food. I eat junk food because I can. Because I
Exactly.
want because I want to.
Because I
And
want to.
it's
Hmm.
a balance for me, and I'm not gonna like the only time I might not is if I'm doing like a raw vegan cleanse or something for 30 days or something like that. But other than my regular lifestyle, I allow myself that stuff if I want it, which is not all the time because I can. Period.
Period.
You know?
Period.
And that's on period. Okay? No. But yeah, okay, I'm glad to know because I know there's a lot of people who eat this way out there and they're just like so it's just like so perfect. I only eat whole foods. No, I'm
Or at
playing.
least that's what they say.
That's what they say. We don't know what they do behind closed doors.
We don't know.
We don't
We
know.
don't know.
But I
Right.
like to keep it real, and I say it in several of my YouTube videos and certain videos. I don't always eat healthy, y'all. And sometimes I'll bust out with a video about it, like on Instagram or something. I might have some French fries sometimes. I might have a vegan pizza. Well, the vegan pizza just be having vegetables on it, but vegan nachos, or maybe 3, 4 times a year, I might have a vegan burger. And
Yep.
then sometimes I might have chips or whatever. But I do like to have it to a minimum though, because I just don't want to eat junk food all the time. It doesn't make me
Right.
feel good. To be honest,
Right.
it tastes good, but then it makes me feel sick sometimes.
Hmm. Yes,
But
ma'am.
anyway, is there any specific foods or nutrients that you prioritize for the MS right now? I know you said you could do berries, but like right now, have you been prioritizing any types of just focusing on fruit? Huh?
As long as it's fruit. I went down that route before trying to be
Mhm.
perfect,
Mhm.
trying to stick to all such and such or all this or all that, and it does not work for me. That's why I know that all berries wouldn't work for me right now because
Mhm.
my mindset is not there to be like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm ready to do this.
Yeah,
No, I
because
done
you won't.
been through
It won't
so much.
last. It won't last
Exactly.
right now if you try because you ain't ready yet. You'll
No,
start for 2 days and be like, I'm done.
it may, knowing me and where I am right now, it might not even last for 2 days. It might last for, yeah, I'm just being real. It might last
Okay,
for
hour.
an hour. You know what I'm saying? And I'll
Yeah,
be like, okay, I'm bored now.
yeah,
I want something else. And I
yeah, yeah.
might have some pineapples or I might have some bananas, but at that point, you're not on all berries anymore.
Exactly. Right. So you'll do it when you're ready. You'll know.
Yes.
You know. You won't have no doubt about it. It'd be just like Bobby eating his apples. He was ready. You know what I mean? I don't know how
Man.
he do our apples. I do not know. I like apples, but there's no way in heck you will ever see me doing an all apple uh challenge or whatever. I couldn't.
Yeah. Me,
No way.
I just get too bored with the same
Yeah.
fruit. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was on mandarin oranges, like eating those for breakfast for the past 3 days, and the orange then sat here and went through the citrus, then went through my skin and burned my thumb. I said, "Oh no, I gotta take a break from the oranges and that's
Yeah.
why I had the smoothie this morning because I'm like, you know what? Nah."
I remember one time Bobby was doing a orange thing, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I think he was just doing it for 7 days or something, and I was like,
Hmm.
oh, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Girl, I did it one day. I was like, I'm done.
I was
I'm over.
actually in that challenge. I was
You
out and
were,
I completed it. Yep, and
you did,
that was one of the hardest challenges I ever done.
yeah, that
And
was hard.
I never did another one like that again.
Mm-mm.
All fruit, all the same. No,
I can
mm-mm.
I can only do all fruit. I mean, one specific fruit. I can only do one day of it. I just can't do it more than one day because I'm just so over it by the end of the day.
Yep.
So I give props, Bobby. I give props to you if you're watching this, which you probably not, but I give props to you because you be doing them mono eating, as he says. You know how he be
Right.
saying eating.
Right.
I can't. I give you props, bruh. Did you experience any detox and stuff when you went to the whole food plant-based diet? Did you experience detox symptoms like negative detox?
I would get really bad headaches.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That can
really
happen.
bad headaches. I wasn't like shaking or anything like that, but I would get really bad headaches. My skin would break out. I would start to
Mm.
notice stuff like that. I was really stinky as well too because I stopped with the deodorants and
Oh no.
like yeah. So all of that was just coming out, and I was
You was
like,
funky. You was funky.
I was super funky and. Yeah, because around that time too, I ended up having my youngest is 3.
Mhm.
So of course I had started breastfeeding and things like that. And then it was just more coming out. And I was just like, oh
Oh
my goodness, I am so functified. And
wow.
yeah, but those were the main detoxes. Really
Yeah.
stinky, some face breaking out every once in a while,
Yeah.
and then really bad random headaches. But yeah.
Yeah. And it's like you guys sometimes we gotta suffer before we feel good. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's just part of detox. Your body is like, what you done did to my what you putting in your system now? Like I was used to eating that fish and that meat and the dairy, and now you done just took it from me. So the body's like fighting it, and
Yeah.
it's all these toxins is coming out, but it doesn't last. Everyone, don't get scared. It's just a
Mhm.
temporary, condition, if you will. Um, and then it'll pass. What advice would you give to like anybody else that's dealing with MS or any autoimmune condition, like who are trying to consider a shift in their diet? Like, what advice would you give them?
Don't give up. It is a very, 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 very scary situation. However, you can overcome it. And also stay away from people that tries to talk you out of what you want to do if you decide to tell people what you're doing. Because a
Mm.
lot of people was against me. A lot of people thought I was
Oh.
crazy. You're not going to do the meds. You're not going to do this. But what about this? And it's like now they're like, I look up to Tiffany.
Mm.
She's so strong. So if anyone or you know anyone that's going through any type of illness, no matter what it is, y'all, high blood pressure, sick of cell, no matter what it is, stay strong. Don't give up and always remember your why because in the back of your mind, there's going to be times where you start doubting yourself,
Yeah.
especially when them withdrawals start kicking in and you start to
Ooh.
feel like, oh my God, I cannot do this. You can do it. Learn how
Yeah.
to shift your energy to something better, a better positive. Find something to do. Out, read a book, go to sleep, work out, do something to take your mind off of that because if you're an overthinker like myself,
Mhm.
it's going to only cause more stress on your body. That stress does not do anything for us. It
Mm-mm.
hinders our healing.
Yeah.
So just stay focused and stay strong.
Thank you.
Hmm.
That's a nice word of advice for those. If you can give yourself your younger self one piece of advice about health, What would it be? Because you remember you said you didn't know nothing about health back then. So
Right.
what a piece of advice would you give your younger self?
Stay hydrated.
Hmm.
Hydration is key.
Yeah. Water, coconut water. Is there a
Coconut
specific
water,
percentage?
not I wouldn't recommend just plain old H2O. However,
Hmm.
I know some people do the spring water and all of that. Not saying that I don't, but
Hmm.
me personally, I prefer either fruit juices or I prefer just plain on eating my water. So
Hmm.
lots of fruits. Eat more fruits.
Yeah.
Eat
Yeah.
more. You know what I'm saying? Things like
Yeah.
that. Coconut
Yeah.
water is cool too. I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of it unless it's mixed with like pineapple juice.
Hmm.
But coconut water, you can take shots of it throughout the day, whatever it is to keep yourself feeling hydrated and not feeling thirsty or feeling depleted. Or don't run to the Lipton iced teas that's at the store and the whatever, the Hawaiian punches and this and that. It's not real, y'all, and it's hurting us.
Hmm. Yeah. Stay hydrated, everybody. You don't have to just, it doesn't have to just be in the form of liquid. It could be in fruit because fruit is very high water content. I have another question about MS that just popped in my mind and then I'm going to bring it to a close. But what caused, do you have an answer for this? I don't even know if you have an answer, but what caused you to get MS? Is there a cause? Is there like if you were stressed out in your life? Was it like, is there something that causes it?
The doctors themselves don't really know what causes it.
Mm. Mhm.
Me personally, I feel like stress is like the number one silent killer for real, for real.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, mind you, my second born, who's now about to be 16, who's only 1 pound and 6 ounces at birth, he was born in 20. When was he born? Shoot, he was born in '09.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was born in '09. So if they're saying that I might have been having this disease for about 10 years or so, during that time, that's when I was going through a lot of stress with him.
Mm.
And I end up having preeclampsia. I
Oh,
had
wow.
the epidural. It was a lot going on. So when I put my belief together,
Mhm.
that could have played factors, but also as well too, I was not drinking at least 8 ounces of water. I'm not even gonna hold you up. I wasn't even drinking water. I know for a fact I wasn't drinking no fruit. I was waking up to Pepsis in the morning.
Mm. Oh. Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? I was waking up to drinking Verner's and Coca-Colas, whatever. It was not water. So my cells being dehydrated,
Mhm.
I'm sure played a huge factor in it as well too.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Well, Tiff, thank you so much. This was very, very inspiring to know that you healed that's major, okay? That's a major disease you had and you healed it through diet. I like to give credit to God first. God made the food,
Oh
but
yeah.
God healed you through the food,
Yep.
and you are doing so much better. And I thank you for sharing your story because there are so many people that suffer with that disease right now that probably need to hear this. You know what I mean? I mean, not probably, they do need to hear this. So thank you for sharing your story. I appreciate you coming on my platform. It's about time. I'm like, I need to have her come on here. I've been seeing her post on there for in the group for so long. I'm like, why haven't I reached out to her back way back? Because there's a timing for everything. Everything
Yes,
happens
ma'am.
when it's supposed to happen. So thank you for coming on and sharing. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing and inspiring you, Bobby and Lala. Y'all with your group and everything. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And everyone, thank you so much for watching today. And I hope you were truly inspired. She got me emotional today. I don't think I've cried maybe one time on my podcast before, and it's been a
Mhm.
few years. So you got me, girl. So thank you guys for watching today. Please follow her. I will get all her what do you call it, platforms, and I'll put it in the description so you can follow her and check her out wherever she posts and everything. And you guys make sure you subscribe here if you like this kind of content, and follow me on Instagram as well. My information is in the description. You all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.